Hey there, I'm Vanessa Smith, and I'm the maker behind Vanessa Smith Designs and Getting It Done. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the German twisted cast-on or the Old Norwegian cast-on. This is a great option when you need a stretchy yet sturdy edge, such as for the brim of a hat or the bottom of a sweater or a sleeve cuff. This cast-on is also very similar to the long tail cast-on in that you start with a long tail and you hold your needle and the yarn in the same way. So to see how it's done, just stay tuned. Okay, so all you're going to need for this cast on is your yarn and the needles that you're supposed to cast on with. And as I mentioned at the outset, this cast on is very similar to a long tail cast on in that it begins with a long tail. Now, if you're already familiar with the long tail cast on, you might already have a system that works for you to estimate the yarn, or you might already be able to eyeball it. But if not, I have a neat little trick for you. So you'll start by holding the needle in your left hand, and you'll take your yarn and leave yourself a generous tail, about 8 to 10 inches, and place it over the needle, like so. And then just wrap the yarn around the needle for as many stitches as you need to cast on. So I'm going to be casting on 20 stitches. Okay, so once you've wrapped the yarn around the needle as many times as you need, go ahead and pinch the yarn at the end and pull it off the needle. And that is your tail. So now that you've got the length of your tail figured out, you're going to want to tie a slip knot and then place it on the needle. And again, as I mentioned at the outset, this cast on is very similar to the long tail cast on in that you hold the needle in your right hand and the yarn in your left hand in a slingshot formation as shown here. So the way I did that was insert my index finger between the two strands, grab the strands with my lower 3 fingers, insert my thumb, and bring the right needle down, and that creates that shape. So now the steps for the cast on are as follows. Bring your needle under the 2 strands on your thumb, and then down through the strands on your thumb, then up over the strand on your index finger, and then you turn your hand slightly and you'll notice a little window there. Bring your needle up through that window. Again, insert your fingers as shown here. Bring the needle under the 2 strands on your thumb, down through the strands on your thumb, over the strand on your index finger, and then up through that little window. I'll do that a few more times for you here. Oops. Okay, so I've got all my stitches cast on there, and you'll notice that the cast on actually looks the same on both the front and the back side. It creates little purl bumps along the bottom edge there. And once you begin knitting from it, you'll notice it's super stretchy, so it's going to be perfect for those hats or sweaters you're going to be starting. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Take care.